As you all know, gun control has always been a huge controversy, but due to the more recent school shootings, the debate has resurfaced with a focus on the arming of students. This is very relevant to us, college students at the U of A. But before we start into the controversies, I want to give you a little background on what the gun control laws actually are today.
Guns have been a part of American life since the colonial times. It was then when guns were needed to fend for us. Well, just saying. Guns have been back when there was a danger of revolution in uncertain times and when people were more commonly using them for hunting. Nowadays, there's greater possibility that a weapon can kill in the hands of the wrong person. The first gun laws passed in the modern era were done so in 1911, implemented in New York out of response to the shooting of the city's mayor. The Sullivan Law prohibited owning or carrying a concealable weapon except with a permit. The Gun Control Act of 1968 was the first more real direct approach at limiting certain types of people from carrying firearms. I wish I had bullet points up, but I'm just going to read the different people that are prohibited. Anyone who is under the age of 18, except with written permission of their parent or guardian. Anyone who has been convicted in a federal court of a crime punishable by or imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year, excluding crimes of imprisonment that are related to the regulation of business practices. Anyone who has been convicted in a state court of a crime punishable by 2 years. Anyone who is a fugitive from justice. Anyone who is an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance. Anyone who has been adjudged as a mental defective or has been committed to a mental institution. Any alien, illegal or unlawfully in the United States. Anyone who has been discharged from the U.S. Armed Forces under dishonorable conditions. Anyone who, having been a citizen of the United States, has renounced his or her citizenship. Anyone that is subject to the court order that restrains the person from harassing, stalking, or threatening an intimate partner or child of such intimate partner. Anyone who has been convicted of domestic violence. Now, the National Instant Criminal Background Check was implemented to when someone went to buy a gun at a store, these files would be scanned through and the details would show whether or not they can purchase a gun. But in the first of these persons prohibited from buying firearms is more notable in light of recent events. This is rule number 6, which is someone who has a mental condition. In December 14th of 2005, after evaluation, a judge found Sung Hoi Cho to be in imminent danger to himself and ordered outpatient treatment. This was following an incident where Cho was following 2 girls and they called the cops on harassment, and then he had threatened and made a scene about suicide. The judge, on that case, the judge ordered him to go into the mental hospital, for outpatient. And then the judicial law may have disqualified him for buying a gun, but when he went into the store, because he was in Virginia, he was allowed access because he was no longer in a mental hospital, which means the rule in Virginia is different from the state rule. And then he was able to bring that gun on campus, where he was able to kill 32 people and wound 29 others before taking his own life. After the shooting, the store owners who were questioned about Cho's mental illness said they were not aware of it prior to him purchasing the gun, but would not have sold him if they had. This has been one of several since the first of school shootings, which is observed at the University of Texas in Austin on August 1st, 1996. It was on this day that Charles Whitman stood atop the 27th tower and with an arsenal of 3 pistols and 4 rifles killed and wounded 31 others. To date, there have been 30 major school shootings and massacres.
We also have a collection of pictures from some past school shootings. While you look at them, think, would these situations have been different if students had guns? Would they have been better, or would they have been worse?
Alright, like she said, got some pictures here from various incidents that have happened on campuses around the country and around the world. Up here we have two memorials that were set up by the students after the Virginia Tech massacre. Down here, this is Sung-Ho Cho, who killed these 32 students and faculty at Virginia Tech. This picture here is from the cafeteria at Columbine High School, where these two students brought a bunch of weapons and killed 13 students and faculty. This is just from the NIU incident that just happened recently. And there, I believe, oh, sorry. But yeah, that was the most recent school shooting that's happened. And this guy down here is actually from Finland. And similar to Cho, he also took pictures of himself with weapons and stuff right before he went to his school and killed 8 people.
Alright, and just to show you that guns on campuses at every level is very real, we actually have a personal group member that's going to share an account of her family's experience with gun control on campus.